Early spring settling into the tri-state as I'm speaking this Monday afternoon at noon. Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley, seeing plenty of blue skies around each one of our cameras around town here in Cincinnati. We're going to be tracking the return of the 60s this week ahead of some rain chances, which, yes, it is January. It's going to feel like it this weekend because we do have those rain chances pulling on through later on this week. If you have any questions about the forecast, we are live on Facebook. Leave them in the comments. But for now, it's a beautiful look around town right now. Upper level clouds, so even we're not tracking too much sun. It's not exactly in your face sunshine today because of the filtered look that we have going on right there next to me. Now temperatures, they are still jacket worthy. I mean, today is, I really want to emphasize early spring because it's not necessarily shorts and short sleeves, but maybe a long sleeve, maybe one light jacket. But we're already at 50 degrees in greater Cincinnati, out towards the Lunkett Airport as well. 52 down in Maysville. That's where we're seeing a little bit more of those southwesterly winds, and just naturally areas south of Cincinnati do run a little warmer for us here in the tri-state. Colder north. 42 up in Connorsville right now. Factor in this wind. It's coming from the southwest, but while it is going to bump up those temperatures, as the wind blows, it does feel colder. So wind chills are still in the 30s up north of Cincinnati towards Connorsville, but generally not really affecting us too much as we head into the rest of your day. So if you're heading out the door now for some lunchtime plans, heading out the door later for some dinner time plans, we feel like early spring. You don't need the heavy winter coat. You do need the sunglasses because even though it is a filtered look to the sun is still there. Temps are going to be reaching the 50s over the next few hours. We're already at 50 at the Lunkett Airport right now. And we're going to hang on to the upper 40s through dinner time too. But as the sun sets right at 5:30 today, those temperatures going to start to set as well, dropping into the middle 40s, the upper 30s by 11, but moving overnight into your Tuesday, those temperatures are actually going to start to climb up a little bit. And that's because Tuesday we see even more warm air, more moisture coming back into the tri-state. And as a result, we can't rule out just a little spotty rain chances on Tuesday. You see it here. I'm showing you the same information, just giving you guys a little bit more of an idea of what to plan for tomorrow morning, which again, temperatures bottom out before midnight in the upper 30s, and then they slowly start to rise throughout the dark and early morning hours. It's not necessarily going to be comfortable outside in the morning. It's just not going to be frigid 20-degree temperatures in the morning, right? And then as a result, with a warmer morning comes a warmer afternoon. Tuesday, 57 your forecast high. Some of us will make a run for 60. I would not be surprised. It depends on those winds out of the southwest, how strong they get, and of course the rain chances, which, yes, not zero, spotty showers in that forecast in the afternoon, but they look very light. It's a 30% chance that you get them, but if you get them, they are very light. That's the good news with the Tuesday rain chances. We're going to hang on to the 50s, even though temperatures do dip a little bit on the heels of those rain chances. Partly cloudy for Wednesday, and then rain does return on Thursday. The timing of this is crucial because most of the day going to be dry up until the rain arrives later in the evening. So 60 degrees your forecast high for Thursday, and then the rain chances start to tick up a little bit. It's about a 50% chance you'll see the rain on Thursday. And again, that's mainly the late afternoon into your evening. Heaviest rain and thunderstorms going to be rolling on through overnight into Friday. So Friday morning commute going to be a little bit on the messy side. If you're not seeing the rain and the thunder, you are feeling the winds. They'll be gusting up to 40 miles an hour. So that's probably the biggest impact that you'll have on the ride into work, the ride into school this week, and that 50% there that you see for Friday. It's all rain. Few rumbles of thunder. It'll be off and on throughout the afternoon until we see that front, that cold front, fully pass through the tri-state, which, yes, winter cold does return to the tri-state just in time for those weekend plans. So general summary of what to expect here on our radar. We're warming up. We're staying nice and dry throughout most of your work week, especially today, Wednesday, and the early half of Tuesday and Thursday. Friday, that's kind of your day in which I would expect rain throughout the afternoon and into your evening too, because that is the active day that's going to be pulling on through the much colder temperatures that we will see settle in for the weekend. Let's walk you through your temperatures over the next few days, because that's what we're that's the biggest thing that we're talking about for now. It's going to be warmer temperatures today, back in the mid to low 50s, but look what we're waking up to tomorrow. Temperatures going to be climbing out of the 30s around midnight, back into the mid to low 40s by about 6, which means, yeah, you can't rule out some fog in spots just with the moisture coming back into the tri-state, but hey, you could escape a morning without wearing the winter coat in January. We'll take it. And tomorrow's one of those mornings. Now the afternoon, notice those tiny, tiny little dribbles of rain out there on our weather timeline. That's the atmosphere getting adjusted to this new air that's arriving in the tri-state. And so when we have these changes, we usually do see these changes in the form of some rain. And that's what we're seeing for tomorrow. No big rain in your Tuesday forecast, just enough to say it happened. We're gonna hang on to temperatures in the 50s for Tuesday afternoon as well as Wednesday afternoon. But a reminder that those showers do return as soon as Thursday. Wednesday, that 10%, don't worry about it. It's just a sprinkle possible in the morning. And then Thursday, Friday, late Thursday, and throughout the day on Friday. So here is your updated weather timeline with the warmer air arriving in the tri-state. Fog, you'll see it settling on in the mornings, but especially Wednesday and Thursday, just with that we're waiting on a weak cold front to pass through Wednesday. Once that happens, things will start to clear up a little bit, but some dense fog possible in spots, especially northern Kentucky on Wednesday. The afternoon looks great. Thursday, you see those clouds starting to come in on your weather timeline right next to me. It's fog, not exactly seeing much in the way of clouds. And so it's more widespread fog on Thursday. Depends on the cloud cover, but plan for a bit of fog Thursday morning, and then here comes the rain. Notice it's very light around this time. I wouldn't be surprised if the data starts to back off in the rain chance that you see here, because usually it overestimates this far out. I would plan for the heaviest rain, the most impactful rain, not here, but here, arriving later on Thursday evening and borderline overnight into Friday. Yes, some thunderstorms are going to be possible. Temperatures only dropping into the 50s overnight into Friday. So I'd say your best bet to see thunder is going to be really dark and overnight into your Friday. Not tracking anything too strong, nothing too severe, though we can't rule it out. At this point in time, it is Monday and we are talking about Friday, so we'll have a better idea of potential threats as we get closer. But from what I'm seeing here, upwards of an inch of rain possible. Winds are going to be gusting at times up to 40 miles an hour, which is not technically severe threshold, which that's the good news. And then of course lightning with any thunderstorms going to be a risk too. And then off and on rain chances, especially southeast of Cincinnati, going to be happening on Friday. And then as we wait for that front to pass by, it'll eventually do so on Saturday, leaving with us cloudy conditions for Saturday. It's going to be gloomy. It's going to be windy on Saturday as well, but temperatures starting off the day in the 50s with all that rain that you just saw, dropping into the 40s and maybe even the 30s by the evening hours. Depends on those winds and how they behave. All right, let's see if we have any questions coming on in. Lynn's tuning in. Good forecast. Thank you. You're so welcome. My magic wand is working this week, Lynn. I'm glad people are enjoying it. JD's tuning in. What is the weather for Canton tomorrow morning? How are you doing today? Have a good day. You too, JD. Thanks for tuning in. I'm doing well. And the weather for Canton tomorrow morning, like us, they're seeing a little bit of warmer temperatures, but it's not going to be as warm. So you can expect a little bit of clouds moving on through. Temperatures are probably going to be dropping into the 30s. All right, no other questions coming on in. Let's get to your 7 to 10 day forecast. Above normal each and every day for this first full work week back from the holidays and school week for that matter. 53 your forecast high today. Some of us will be warmer than that. Tuesday, a few spotty showers. Most of us, just another warm day. Temperatures are going to be anywhere from 55 to 60 degrees tomorrow, and those winds are really going to be pulling on through for us, not just for the early week, but mainly the second half of the week too, because the 60s return on Thursday, and we stay in the 60s for Friday afternoon despite the rain chances starting to swell back in. But notice Thursday, rain returns. It's going to be in the afternoon. Heaviest rain I'm seeing pulling through, that's going to be Friday morning. We'll see another round early Saturday morning. I'd say Saturday is mostly going to be about the windy conditions and these temperatures that are going to be falling. That's what that arrow you see there means. It means, yes, the morning we're going to start off pretty mild. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s near 50, but then throughout the day with those winds shifting direction very quickly with that cold front passing through, we are going to get colder, and yes, normally cold. I mean, it's all relative, right? So we're just saying getting colder for Saturday, but we don't see extreme cold here in your 7 to 10 day forecast. We just see the return of your typical winter January cold with highs in the mid to upper 30s, near 40. All right, let's see if there are any other questions coming on in, and I'm not seeing any other questions. So hopefully that means you guys have a pretty good understanding on what to expect this week, which is and are warmer temperatures, a little bit of some breezy conditions here and there. We're feeling it today, but you'll especially feel those breezes kick up in the second half of the week, where we do have temperatures back in the low 60s on Thursday and on Friday. And with the front passing through, that cold front, those winds are going to be gusting up to about 40 miles an hour. You're going to see some storms rolling through on Friday, mainly in the morning, but also possible in the afternoon with temperatures in the low 60s. And then all warm things do come to an end. It is January. It's going to feel like it stepping into next week. 1 week from today, highs are going to be back in the upper 30s. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sign off of here. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Thank you so much for tuning in this Monday afternoon to get that latest forecast ahead of a busy work week back from the holidays. We'll have the latest information for you guys coming up on Fox 19 at 3 o'clock.